Of all the places in the world that I had journeyed to, this part of Switzerland was the most meaningful.
Pack your bags and dig down deep. Ride the storms and sail the seas to the distant pole. I wanna travel the world. So come on with me.
I had dreamed of this day for many years, and it was almost 100 in the making.
There's that special attention in those arches. They were built when I think they were built. They're very old. Built by the Romans, that style. I guess that church predates the Roman era too.
The morning of the second day in Switzerland was surreal. I had come far off the beaten path of tourism and was about to meet the relatives that I never met before. I thought of how far I had come, both through time and space, to get to these moments, as it had been years since the idea of coming here to meet them had been planted in my mind. And now here it was. I was living those very moments I thought that I could only dream of. I will never forget the first moment when we first met. They accepted me as one of their own, and I began to find answers to many of my questions.
So it's just a little boy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So here you have explanation of the places we are in. We are in the third one. Here it's here, yeah,
First courtyard.
Okay. But it's not the good. The jail is the good place to go.
Oh yeah. You want to go see that?
Yeah.
Over the next few days, they took me to see much of Switzerland.
Oh,
We took a tour of a castle that sits on Lake Geneva. My mission was to document as much of this as possible to show my family of what Switzerland was. The thought of the priceless look on my youngest sister's face when I told her where I had been was motivation to take as many pictures as possible. She wasn't going to believe me, since I hadn't told anyone where I was.
It's called Saint-Georges. New.
Yeah.
Okay. This one, it was a little bit restored, but not totally. I mean, it's official. The stones prize the real one. Of
Real one.
The day before.
This is really cool.
Toi, tu fais ça n'importe comment. Tu commences même pas par le numéro.
Since I had lived in America's little Switzerland in my youth, I asked them if they would take me to the place that it was named after. This place was Glarus, the precursor of America's little Switzerland, New Glarus, in southern Wisconsin. The architecture matched, however the terrain in Switzerland was less forgiving than the hills in Wisconsin. Among other places, I asked them to take me to Wohlen.
2,000 years ago, the people here were Helvetians.
That's what they called themselves?
Yeah, that was the name at the Roman times. Where is the Scandinavian? Okay. most of the things here are more than 7 centuries old.
Holy buckets, man.
The town has will be in a few years 1,000 years.
This town?
Yeah. And a lot of that things are more than 4, 5, 600 years.
We lost Dan again. So you have seen Lord of the Rings. This reminds me of Hobbiton and Lord of the Rings.
Ah oui, the Hobbits, yeah.
Yeah.
Dan on va être content.
La Ville de Hobbit?
Dan dislike the Hobbits.
Wow.
I also told him in Russia what I like. It's just like the Hobbits.
Yeah. That's a goat right there.
Yeah. A book.
Chevu?
A book ou chef. Ouais.
Chev.
But I don't know it's a chef or maybe a book. Find it, but I'm not sure.
Woolen is a small community on the outskirts of the old city of Bern. This is where our ancestors came from. Even as a stranger here, I couldn't contain my excitement knowing that I had a connection to this place, which was so far from where I was born. I really couldn't do anything with this knowledge. However, after hearing about this place my whole life, it gave me a sense of accomplishment just to see it in person. After a few days of visiting with my long-lost cousins, it came time to continue my journey.